Hello all wargamers out there and welcome back to World War II Solitaire board game channel. Finally have Tarawa 1943 from Worthington Publishing arrive. I backed this game on Kickstarter a while back. I also backed Malta Besieged, which is another World War II Solitaire game from Worthington Publishing, which they launched on Kickstarter. Anyway, let's get this plastic out of the way so you don't have to stare at the reflection. Before I open up this box, I want to take this moment to say thank you very much to Stephen Gray for becoming the second member of my channel. If there is a game in my library, my game library, that you wish me to play or do something special with, let me know in the comments section and I will do my best to fulfill your wish. And anyone else interested in becoming a member of the channel, you can become a member and it will cost $2.99 US monthly, and by doing that you're gonna help me to buy more games, basically back more games on Kickstarter and so on, buy better camera equipment and get this channel to become bigger and better. Anyway, we have Tarawa 1943. We see this is a really beautiful cover. Like it a lot. Reminds me of the cover from the D-Day series. And we have the back side here, and I'm not gonna read this. I'm gonna give you a moment's chance here if you perhaps wish to read this yourself. Go ahead and read it. But we can see the main information here is the game complexity is not very high. The solitaire suitability is of course high because it's a solitaire game. Ages 14 and up, victory in under 1 hour. We can see the game components here. It's a mounted game board, wooden blocks and cubes, label sheet, card decks, dice, rulebook, battle manual and battle archive. In sunny tropic scenes you will find us always on the job, the United States Marines. And this is a wooden block game, and I've actually never played a block game, so I'm quite excited for this game. So if you are an old watcher, you know the general deal with my unboxings. We will quickly go through all of the stuff in here, and then we will take a look at everything a little bit closer. So first of all, we have this. Never seen this in a game before either, but I guess this is to keep track of the current game. And we have, I'm not sure, maybe 50 of these. And they look like this. See if I can get my camera to focus better. And then we have, okay, these are going to be our labels. We have our, let's see here, our spare standard labels, which are these. And then we have the bonus alternative labels. I'm gonna go with the standard ones. I prefer the ones where you actually get to see the troops. And then we have our Tarawa rules, and I gotta say that's not a lot of rules. Ooh, 11 pages. And we have our battle manual, and this is, I'm guessing this is gonna be something like a compendium. It's 24 pages. And then we have our map. And it's a mounted map. I think it looks quite nice. We get a detailed map of Tarawa and different beach approaches. We have red beach and green beach, black beach. We have some help here. Japanese fire attacks, Japanese banzai attacks, and then we have some spaces for our cards. And here we have some more help. United States Marine Corps battalions, roll 5 dice. Then we have some other stuff here. This is going to be really fun. This is going to be my Christmas game. This is going to be the game I'm going to spend Christmas with, trying to learn. So here we have our blocks. They're actually smaller than I thought they would be. I thought they would be bigger. But again, I have no no experience with block games. This is really cool when they do this. We get a nice set of Ziploc bags, or maybe perhaps not Ziploc, but city bags, whatever you call them. We get a bunch of D6, a total of 7. We also get some cubes. Of course, these are going to be our United States Marine Corps, and these are going to be our Japanese. And then we have a deck of cards. Whoops. And we have Japanese cards, looks like. Not sure what these are. Tarawa cards. Not sure. Maybe I'm doing a mistake now. Maybe I shouldn't do this, but I'm going to do it anyway. And wow, they smell good. Some new games, they just tend to smell good, and this game smells very good. Smells really that kind of a strong new game smell. So anyway, guys, this is what you get in Tarawa 1943, and now it's time to take a closer look at each of the components. So let's start by looking at the cards, and we're going to go ahead and look at each and every individual card. So these are our United States Marine Corps cards, and I'm going to just show you the card, give you a moment's chance to just pause the video if you want to take a closer look at the card. And again, I gotta say, the first thing that comes to mind with these cards are that if you have watched this channel before, you know that I love this when they use period original photos in the games, because I just think it does so much to the theme of the game. But not only that, I'm also very impressed with how they have actually made the picture a smaller part of the card, but it still looks very good, looks very clean, very impressive. I think the design, here we have 2 different colors, I think the design of these cards are very good. And I think these or some of them are repeated. Very cool design of these cards. These are some of the best cards that I've ever seen. I think my favorite cards before I got this game would be the DVG cards. The cards from Warfighter and Tiger Leader. Sherman Leader. But I think these are actually my new favorites, because I just like the design so much. So those are all of our United States Marine Corps cards. And we're going to go ahead and take a look at the Japanese cards. Again, they look really good with these period photos. It's the 23rd today over here in Sweden, and I think most of my viewers are American. And I think you celebrate Christmas today, right? We celebrate Christmas on the 24th. So today I'm gonna prepare all the food for the Christmas feast. But I just had to open up this bad boy before I did anything else. I got this game yesterday, I think, in the mail. Beautiful cards. That is all of the cards which come with Tarawa 1943. Let's take a closer look at the box. We can see here a lot of stuff going on. We can see these landing crafts which are stranded on the coral reefs. We see some barbed wire, and we can see some men here, you know, keeping their rifles, trying to keep them over their head as they're wading in. And here we see some stranded marines. Not sure if they're on some kind of rock or if they're on one of those landing crafts. And you can see here there is the burning palm trees, soldiers rushing on to the beach. We see there's a mortar explosion over here, a smoking wreck. I guess one of the landing crafts took a direct hit, and there's just so much going on. But I think again, we have a very beautiful cover, and I appreciate beautiful covers. It's a funny thing I do when I play a game. I like to set the cover up, you know, on the background, so I can kind of, when I'm thinking about a decision, I can kind of watch the cover, and it also brings out the theme of the game. And on the sides here we have, let's see if I can get this out of the way. We have the beach, and Tarawa. We see a guy here loading a mortar, one who's fighting. This Marines, it's apparently hot, they don't have their shirts on. And then we have the same Tarawa image here, and the same mortars on that end. So that's the box. Let's go ahead and take a look at these cubes. Not much to say about them. They are wooden cubes, and they look like that. And then we have some green cubes for our Marines. We have some green dice. Again, we have some extra sippy bags. We have some wooden cubes in red, yellow, and brown. And this is how the inlay looks. Clean and nice. And let's just take a closer look here at the graphics. We can see it looks like a terrible situation to be in. So one gotta appreciate, I'm born in 1990, so I appreciate very much the sacrifice of these men, so I myself don't have to be in one of those landing crafts storming a beach which is occupied by Japanese. And again, we have this little thing here, position control on how many markers. I don't know anything about this stuff since I haven't read the rules. Winner. So I'm guessing one of these are going to be to keep. Okay, they're actually two-sided. So I'm guessing one of these anyway are going to be used for every game. So you have like something like 100 games here or something like that, and of course you could photocopy that stuff as well. So let's take a look at this first. So here we have this is gonna be the stuff that goes on the blocks. So we have some different kind of valued Marines here. This guy looks like he has a M1 Garand perhaps. Can't really see what this guy has. Is that a Browning automatic rifle? Perhaps it's a Thompson. It's a little bit hard to make out, but it doesn't look like a Thompson. It looks kind of long for a Thompson. And then we have the Imperial Japanese Navy, and they all look the same. And then we have some spare ones, which is cool in case we have some kind of accident or lose some of them. And then we have the bonus alternative labels, which also look cool. Let's go ahead and take a look at the map, and I'm gonna see if I can get this camera up a little bit to it doesn't go any further than that. But here we have the map, and like I said, there's a lot of stuff going on here. We have the spaces here: Japanese draw, Japanese discard, Marine draw, and Marine discard. And then we have the rolls for the Japanese Banzai attacks. And we can see here that it actually, I'm going to give you this to see how it looks now, and let's see if we can get a closer look then instead. So you can see here for the Japanese Banzai attacks, depending on the roll you get of your D6, different things are going to happen. And then we have Japanese fire attacks, roll 3 dice. Looks like a very cool system. I'm really looking forward to this. We have communications destroyed, Admiral Shibasaki killed, and Japanese infiltration. And here we have the East Beach. And I don't know what this is, but 2nd Marine Regiment, Colonel David Shoup. And I guess these are different leaders, which are perhaps going to be on the board or something. We're going to find out. Like I said, this is going to be my Christmas game, so I hope to be able to learn this game these days. This game became quite expensive for me because shipping to Europe was quite hefty, but still I'm happy to always back these Kickstarter games, because I mean, this is a small industry, and these designers, these publishers, they really need our help, because I mean, they're not making big bucks. So well, I spent quite a lot on the shipping, but I supported this great hobby, so that feels good. And that takes care of that. So we have one thing left, and that is the rules book and the battle manual. So let's go ahead and take a look at the rules. See if I can get this camera a little bit closer for you. So we have our introduction. We have a lot of photos in the book. Goes on introduction, game components. So the actual rules, they don't really start. Looks like they don't really start. Okay, it's kind of describing the components. So it's kind of starting the rules here on page 4. See if I can get it to focus better. Page 4, and then we have game setup on page 5. And goes through sequence of play and victory. And then we have optional rules, game setup and turn example, which is great. Always appreciate those. And also says here, rule questions, we would love to hear from you. So please frame your question in a yes or no style and email us. So that's really cool. The game designer Grant Wiley, I'm sure, will answer your questions. So basically the rules anyway, to play, if we don't look at the optional rules and stuff, they're like 1, 2, 3, 4, about 5 pages long. So that's, I'm thinking this is going to be quite a light game. And here we have some tables for United States Marine Corps dice results for attacks, Japanese fire attack 3 dice, and Japanese banzai attacks 5 dice. So that's the rules for Tarawa. And then we have the battle manual, and looked really cool. I think there's going to be perhaps some historical background in this one too. Okay, so this is like the compendium. It goes on to describe the different cards. That's great. And I can see here also something really cool. For example, if we take a look at Dug In. This card is played during the United States Marine Corps player turn. The United States Marine Corps player places a bunker cube in a United States Marine Corps occupied and controlled position. This means it could not be placed in a position that has been infiltrated by a Japanese cube. And then we have an example, which is great. And then what is even greater, we have a design behind the cards note. So once ashore on the island, the Marines were looking for any source of protection they could find. As they advanced further inland, burned out tanks, destroyed enemy bunkers, anything that offered any protection was used. That is awesome, dude. That is really awesome. I mean, this could have been sold separately like DVG does for David Thompson's games. He has the compendium book for his games, which is also really nice. But they decided to include this for free. That is really cool. So anyway, we have the card examples here for the United States Marine Corps and the Japanese Imperial Japanese Navy. Then we have the art of the game. Tarawa's strategic situation. So this is much like, look at this. This is much like a magazine game where we actually get a big, meaty information here with beautiful, again, photos and art. and stuff to read. This is just great. I sometimes, because I'm backing pretty much every World War II solitaire game that is on Kickstarter, so sometimes I just back it and then I don't really look much more at it. I look at the game when I get it. I don't have time to be browsing all of this information on the Kickstarter pages. So perhaps this was all already mentioned and none of you guys are surprised about this beautiful compendium book or companion book. But I'm totally surprised, and it's a really neat surprise. Wow, I love when they do this, because I'm gonna give this a read before I play to kind of, you know, get a feel of the situation. And that's it, 24 pages. That is awesome. That is awesome, my friends, and that is Tarawa 1943 on. I was gonna say on the PlayStation, but it's not. It's a board game. Tarawa 1943 by Worthington Publishing, the latest Kickstarter from them, and I'm also waiting for Malta Besieged. Well, thank you very much, guys, for watching. Like I said, I'm gonna try to learn this game and show you how it plays. Perhaps in a few days or so. We'll see. It is the holidays and I have family over, and so we'll see if I have time to make a video out of it. But I'm gonna learn how to play the game anyway. Well, thank you again, everyone, for watching. Please do subscribe to the channel. That does help me out a lot. Other than that, I want to wish you a Merry Christmas. I hope you have a very good Christmas. I hope that you get a nice Solitaire World War II board game from Santa. And if I don't see you before then, I also wish you a very happy New Year. Take care, everyone out there, and take care of your loved ones. And I'll see you soon.